Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, everyone. Welcome to our online virtual kickoff of our community organizations who have collectively come together to do a couple of things tonight. We want to acknowledge this as National Voter Registration Day. That's important. We know how important that is. But also, we want to talk about the importance of the 2020 census. I am joined in studio by friends and famous folk, and you're going to get a chance to hear from them and see them up close and personal here in just a minute. I just want to express my appreciation to them for joining us in this effort. And I just want to say thank you to you who signed on to listen, to enjoy in the evening. I hope you've got, like I said to some friends, a comfortable spot, maybe a nice little beverage, and to enjoy what you're going to hear, learn how to become more empowered in the importance of the census. So we're glad that everybody is in with us today. We got a couple of things that we want to do, and I'm just going to outline them as everybody is signing on, because we're going to start with the roll call here of some organizations in just a minute. I just realized I left one thing in my office, and that's the list of the organization. So I'm going to work this one from memory. I may be old, but I'm going to see how good I am. And we're going to pull up these organizations. And if I miss you, if I miss calling your organizations, guys, just say, hey, I'm here too, and you can, we'll work with you. So please forgive me. I'm going to do this from good memory. So we've got a couple of things we want to do tonight. We have organizations and their members, we hope, online with us. And we want the members of these organizations to understand that we collectively have an obligation and responsibility to try to get every single person in our community counted. The census is very, very, very important. There is a potential for an undercount here in Oklahoma, and particularly in some subgroups, children 0 to 4, our African-American population, our Hispanic population, our Native population, all potentially undercounted. And the undercount could be as great as 3 or 4% in some of these categories. And for every individual that is undercounted in the census, Oklahoma stands to lose almost $2,000 a year for up to 10 years until the next census count. And for our state, that means billions of dollars can be lost for very, very important programs. So we want to make sure that every single person is counted, because you count, and your vote matters as well. We have organizations who have joined us in this collaborative effort, and we want you to be motivated to go out in your communities across the state, within your membership, and to make sure that, first of all, your family and your members have completed their census. And then we've asked you to do a couple of things that can encourage others in our communities to complete the census. We got an incentive going on. I just want to reiterate this. Because it's a competition. You know, sometimes competition is good. And in this case, it's really good for the winning organization who will take home a $1,000 prize. So the organization that has joined this collaborative, that is responsible for getting more people to complete their census, will walk away with $1,000 for their budget. And we know small organizations, community groups really need that kind of money. If things go well, we'll offer a second place prize and a third place prize. So there's money to be had. And again, because this is an organizational effort, a collaborative, a coalition-based effort, we want to acknowledge the participation of every single one of our members. So members, if you just register, organizations, if you register, your leaders have that information, and hold an event, put forth a good faith effort, trying to get those people signed up, we got $100 just to say thank you. We appreciate you and what you do. So time for our roll call. We're going to get them out there. And thanks for coming up on that screen. I see Thick Descriptions, Oklahoma City. Thick Descriptions is in the house. So if you're out there and you are a participant with Thick Descriptions, an organization that really comes together to share thoughtful interactions about how we value one another, how we appreciate, how we see one another, go in that little chat box, that comment box, put it on the screen. Oh yeah, by the way, you got to comment, you got to share to be eligible for one of those gift certificates, those $50 gift certificates we're going to give out. So make sure you share this live stream. Make sure you comment. Thick Descriptions is in the house. Oklahoma Industrialization Center, OIC. I see you in the house, Nanette Allen. Another partner working with us. So we're glad you're here. So if you're here with OIC, flood that chat box. The NAACP, our Oklahoma State Conference, is a partner working with us. NAACP chapter members, branch members, local branch members, go on, fill it out. If you want to say you're with your local chapter, make sure you identify that you're here with your local chapter as well. We're also pleased to have the Panhellenic Council, the National Panhellenic Council of Oklahoma City. So if you're a member of a sorority or a fraternity, we want to make sure that you are recognized. So go on online and identify yourself. Now, if I miss you, make sure you remind me. Fill out that chat box, that comment box, because we're going to choose here in just a second our first winner of that $50 gift certificate. Let's see, who else? The Links of Oklahoma City. Let's hear you. Let's see you. I know you're out there. There's about a 30-second delay that we have. So when I call your name, you hear it about 30 seconds after the fact. So make sure you go in. Jessica is our great behind the scenes person. She's getting those comments. She sees that you are here. She'll start scrolling you across the screen. The Links chapter of Oklahoma City. We're glad that you're with us. I know we have some AKAs that we're participating. I don't want to start naming these Greek organizations because I'm not a member and I won't get them all. But I know there's some, I see you here. Let's see, who else am I missing? I'm going to have to go to my list, try to find that list. But while I'm looking, it's time for our first drawing. So I'll pause just a little bit because I got this 30-second delay. I want to make sure you're commenting because it's those comments that enter you into the drawing for the $50 gift certificate. Enter multiple times. Jessica may just cover her eyes and randomly pick a name. She may just scroll through real quickly and stop, and the next name is the winner. So we're going to stop right now and see. Jessica, it's about time for us to acknowledge that first win. There we are. There's winner number one, Cedric Curran Moore. And I know Cedric is with Thick Descriptions. So Cedric Curran Moore is our first winner of that $50 gift certificate. Congratulations, Cedric. We are glad that you're joining us tonight. We're going to ask all of you right now to keep sharing. Call a friend, text a friend, tell them they should join us here. Together Oklahoma with Oklahoma Policy Institute is our sponsoring entity for all of these fun things we're doing and the hard work that we're doing to make sure you're counted, because you definitely count. And together we have to make sure we count. I am so happy to introduce a very important community person who's been involved. He's a young man, extraordinarily talented in more ways than one, and he has so graciously agreed to join us tonight to make sure that we hear his voice, that we see his gorgeous face. And I'm just so happy that my friend Jabee, who's famous all across the country, but he's really famous here in Oklahoma, is agreed to join us and perform for us this evening. So I see him on screen. Hi, Jabee. Take a few minutes, and if you want to say a little something, feel free to do so. But the floor is yours, and I'm so looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you for being with us, Jabee.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that awesome introduction. It's an honor to be here, represent, especially for the census, which is very important to me. I definitely want to make sure that it be known that we are counted and that we take advantage of every opportunity that's given to us. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm just do a couple songs tonight, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This first song is called Hope, and it's pretty much just about myself growing up and the hope that we had and that we shared as a family of tomorrow, even though we were going through rough times we were going through. So hope you enjoy it, and like I said, I just appreciate being able to share today. So yeah, look, no more parties and no more new friends trying to tie these loose ends. It's starting to be a nuisance. I mean, I knew sense. They taught me where the news went. These people too rich, ain't trying to hear your 2 cents. Look, I was too sick. ODB built the blueprint. Live below the stars, rise above the moon. Everybody living, people dying too soon. My pen moves. I'm really trying to heal wounds. Looking eye for an eye to make the whole world blind. What would I decide if I go back and press rewind? My baby mama's stressing and I'm so pressed for time. I don't just make plans, I cement it. I don't just make ends, I invent it. Make amends, make them in and make them ends. Look, you tell the truth and they'll respect you more. Bet, put me in the booth and press record. My mom can work 2 jobs if I can learn to ride the bus. We can have a Christmas if they keep us on free lunch. I can get new shoes if my uncle do my fade. We can eat spaghetti because spaghetti lasts for days. Let them cut the lights, we heat our home with the oven. I can get new clothes if I can share them with my brothers. Everything was beautiful, nothing hurt, I saw it coming. It's all real easy, making something out of nothing, like heaven for the climate, hell for the company. Hell yeah, whenever heaven is in front of me. Some things I say, you only half relating. Try being poor and having aspirations. You can watch me live my life, I won't let you watch me die. I ain't superstitious, I don't knock on wood. Don't believe in karma, things happen how it should. I should be rich, but I ain't. Should live forever, I can't. Trying to show them love, made them hate me more. Love and hate is a revolving door. They throwing stones and then they hide their hand, but throw them soft enough so when they need me, I'm their man. Now look me in the eyes, the ghetto personified. I never been compromised. Trying to live a life I can't afford it. Money makes the voice of God so distorted. So sick, they'll put you in the whole crick. Now that's my stairway to heaven, feeling homesick. When I die, hope my soul is sanctified. Empty out my casket, talk my money to the sky. Finally made it rain and finally made him cry. My mom can work 2 jobs if I can learn to ride the bus. We can have a Christmas if they keep us on free lunch. And I can get new shoes if my uncle do my fade. We can eat spaghetti because spaghetti lasts for days. Let them cut the lights, we heat our home with the oven. I can get new clothes if I can share them with my brothers. Everything was beautiful, nothing hurt, I saw it coming. It's all real easy, making something out of nothing.
Telling the truth. JB, thank you. I think we all can relate to that. I know I can. A lot of our, and those of us, or those of you who may not have lived a life like that, the key is we need to understand that we have an obligation and responsibility one to another. And we have to make sure that we uplift and provide. And that's why the census is so important, because it We spend our tax dollars, we pay our tax dollars, and we got to get them back to Oklahoma so we can provide the services, Head Start, that kids need, dependent upon our census count. Our health care dependent upon our census account. So all those things that Jabee sang about and talked about, we need to make sure that everybody is counted. So we have a personal obligation, but we got to make sure our government is held responsible and does its part too. Thank you, Jabee. Jabee is going to be back with us a little later, so don't go far. I just love you so. I appreciate you. Speak the truth. Keep speaking the truth, young brother. We have another guest tonight who's going to speak the truth to us. One of our other partners in making sure that everybody in Oklahoma counts is Black Lives Matter Oklahoma, Black Lives Matter Oklahoma City. And we want you guys to really feel compelled. We want to call you to act, call you to do something, because this is such a vital time for us all collectively to take action. We start with the census, we start with registering to vote, but we just don't stop there. We have to keep moving, keep acting. So I'm very happy to bring on board tonight in front of you to address you, my good friend, Reverend T. Cherie Dickerson, who is also famous, but she's still my little girl, who's going to call us to action. Cherie, Reverend, God bless you. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for bringing Black Lives Matter to Oklahoma, to this census count activity. It's so important. We know you understand it. So tell the world what's on your mind. God bless you, young sister. Reverend Dickerson.
Thank you so much, Angie. I adore you. I'm seeing all of the comments, and we know that all Black Lives matter. But we need everyone to be counted in this 2020 census. We've already heard some of the reasons why it's important, but I want to talk about some of the things, hopefully, that this will relate. One of these things will relate to each person that I'm speaking to. If you want strong schools, if you want public transportation, a better transportation system, if you want accessible healthcare, we need to make sure that we're taking care of our seniors so that they have appropriate senior services, new jobs, safe roads, food assistance, disability services. If you want clean water, which we know that water is life, and a lot of our indigenous and native people are continuing to teach us that and leading the wisdom and the campaign on how important having clean water is, and having our wastewater treatment centers, affordable housing. We want everyone in Oklahoma to be counted. And we know that even one of the hard to reach or hard to count communities are those that are housing insecure. So we want to make sure that each of you all participate in the census so that we can reduce homelessness in Oklahoma. The census affects people getting small business loans, those in foster care, and hey, I'm a foster care alum. It helps in housing rehabilitation, public universities, special educations, workers compensation and workers aid, all of these things, school breakfast and lunch. We know all of these school systems are not yet all able to provide those meals those are some of the only meals that some of our students unfortunately receive. But they're also able to send packets home and care packages over the weekend. We want to make sure, especially right now, how important is that our young people are able to have nutritious meals, to be able to go to their schools or respective places, or to be able to have that at home. It also helps for different centers, even birth control, simple health care, technical education, our VOTEX. I attended a VOTEC here when I was in high school. We're not going to talk about how many years ago. I may shout out that I am a proud Falcon, Muley Falcon. But all of these things are crucial to make sure that you are paying attention and that we are protecting one another, uplifting one another, and we are participating in the census. We have things that are affected our community health centers, our rural electricity centers, our Pell Grants, heating and cooling assistance, the LAHEAP program, adoption, and I was blessed to be an adoptee, Medicaid, Medicare, substance abuse prevention and treatment. Our highway construction and repair services is something that is affected by our census dollars. Our Head Starts and our city parks. So we are asking that each of you all make sure that you participate. You make sure that everyone in your family participates. Make sure that you are counting every person in your household. And this means that even our undocumented sisters and brothers and non-binary folk and queer folk and whatever sector that you fit in, everyone needs to be counted. In this is raising your voice. So we need to get up the count and get out the count. So from here until the end of September, I need you to, every time you're interacting with someone, is asking them, have you filled out your census? That is the call to action and the challenge that I'm giving to each of you all today. This is how you are able to contribute into your communities. These dollars come into the community that you reside in. It helps our young people, it helps our seniors, and it helps all of those right now that need just a little bit of help. So please make sure that you are finding technology, and we have lots of places around the city and the state that are going to have opportunities and technology available for you to be able to participate. You can do it from your cell phones. You can do it from your public libraries. You can do it from me. If you need assistance, there are those from Black Lives Matter Oklahoma that will come out with technology so that you can register. So send us a message. And all of the other organizations that are here tonight, we are here in collaboration and standing in on one accord to make sure that everyone in Oklahoma gets counted. So we're going to get up and get out the count. I'm asking that each of you all commit to asking at least 10 people in your network to participate and fill out the census by this Friday. And then I'm going to ask you to do it again from Sunday till next Sunday till the 30th, that we get everyone in Oklahoma counted, because Oklahoma counts. It has been my honor to be able to spend time and share community with you, to be on this panel with all of these amazing people. Hello, Auntie Janet, I see you, I love you. And so please, the least that you can do is fill out your own. But I'm asking you to make sure that you are taking care of your community by making sure that everyone in your network, in your circle, in your sorority, in your church, at your place of employment. And we know that a lot of people right now are dealing with unemployment. We're going to start taking out technology and making sure that those that are filling out for their unemployment have the opportunity to multitask and be able to fill it out while you're waiting. So all humans need to be counted. And to all of those that have any concerns, filling out your census is protected. This information is not shared. It is just making sure that Oklahoma is allocated the most amount of dollars that we can have to be able to make it a better Oklahoma. Thank you, everyone. Fill out your census, Census 2020.
Yay, Census 2020. Thank you. I just think there's a virtual applause going out everywhere. It's kind of like the Emmy Awards last night. You were my winner. You get the trophy. Thank you very much. Those remarks that we just heard are so true. Speak the truth. Everybody needs to count, because everybody counts, but there are dollars involved, big dollars for every aspect of our lives. People don't understand. I saw one of the comments scroll that said, I didn't know. Well, we really don't know, and that's why we're here tonight, so you will know, and you'll take that knowledge and use it and do something. That something is get in your organizations. Those of you who are on and you're a participant in an organization, go to your leadership and say, hey, look, we need to do something. I've been told by the Black Lives Matter president that we need to get up and do something. Not only do we need to fill out our own, but we need to figure out a way to make sure everybody that we know is counted in Oklahoma. In organizations, I mentioned it once, I'll mention it again. Those of you who do the best job, there's some dollars at stake right here at home, $1,000 award. So make sure that you, within your own organization, get involved. If you need some help, just kind of send a message through on this chat screen, on this comment screen. I want to do it. What do I do? And we'll get back with you. Rem Dickerson, my friend, Cherie, thank you. God bless you. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you. The count matters.
The count matters. Okay, guys, it's time to give another gift card out. I see you. I see your name, Peachy Miller. I see all of you guys scrolling across there. Miss Alva Boyd, I see you. We got, that's how you get that. Share and comment. So Jessica, if you'll start pulling another name, we're going to have some fun right after we announce this next winner. We've got some great entertainment up for you that really is important for you to hear the message, but you can smile a big smile. There we go. Gift card winner, Miss Nanette Allen. Nanette's one of those big sorority members. Nanette, I can't remember which one, so you need to let that scroll. And they're engaged, and I know your sorority is engaged in making sure that all of the people that you know and some that you don't know fill out their census. So congratulations, Nanette. We appreciate you joining us tonight. So we want to bring up next a little more entertainment. We have a wonderful, wonderful person who will emphasize the importance of the census in a fun way. My friend, who is my dear friend, although I've only known her a short time, there we go, the Delta. Delta's an OIC Nanette is representing tonight. We have Miss Mable Lean, Mother Mable Lean, the Census Taker, who's going to tell us in a very fun but serious way, serious message. Thank you for joining us again tonight.
Well, thank you for having me, Angela. I thought I'd get a little more dressed up. I felt like I was a little relaxed in my house coat. And now that we know we together, Oklahoma, I got my peach on and I'm ready to talk to the people for a few minutes.
You look beautiful and we're ready to listen to what you have to say.
Well, listen, before you leave the screen, Angela, I wanted to tell you, you said that Jabee Williams was famous. I started following that young man back in May. He's a wonderful activist in the community as well as artist. But I needed to show you, in case he is famous, I ordered this back in May. And it looks like, Jabee, if you're watching, it looks like I'm number 2 of 50. I think that might mean something that I bought the second one out of 50 back in May. Don't forget about me, Jabee, because I know so many people may not have got it, but Mother Mable Lean did.
And Mother Mable Lean is famous too, guys, and you'll see why right now.
Thank you so much, honey. Listen, I'm glad y'all are on here talking about the census. Now, you know, I got to bring the energy in here. Now, let me go on and get my theme song going. Now, last night on the replay, I watched the replay from Sunday night and I could not hear the music. So I hope y'all can hear right now this Bad Mama Jamma playing in the background because you're looking at one. Let me introduce myself, y'all. I'm Mother Mable Lean and I'm your gangster grandma, honey. Raised by the church and raised by the streets, honey. And on tonight, I am so glad. Hey, baby, the John said hello. Listen, shout out to OIC of Oklahoma County. Mr. John Payton is their fearless leader, one of my favorite organizations. But look, tonight we're not talking about that. Tonight we are talking about doubling up these census numbers. Now you heard the challenge you got on our last speaker. Now I'm challenging you. Let's double it up even what she asked for. So what I need y'all to do right now, if you're one of my regular viewers, you already know. If you're not, Nanette Allen, what's going on, baby? I ain't seen you in a minute. All you got to do if you're at home is rock left to right. Now, listen, I know some of y'all ain't been active in a while, Some of y'all, you know, acting kind of snooty, like we can't have a good time with this. But honey, on my shows, we do a double up. And what happens on a double up, if y'all start hitting those heart buttons, those thumbs up buttons, those care emojis start rocking left or right. And when we double up, honey, we focus in on something together. It's kind of like touching and agreeing, okay? So when we get together and double up, we're not thinking about nothing outside that's negative. We on positive vibes. And right now, we're thinking about doing something for our community and filling out your Census Bureau. Can we double up on that? We're going to go that way. Y'all ready? Hey, come on. Hit those hearts. Double the census up. Double up on them. Oh, uh-oh. Now, hold on. I felt somebody's energy, honey. Somebody got a little fancy with it. Hey, somebody said triple. Well, let's triple it up. Come on. Hey, triple up. 1, 2, 3. Hey, get those numbers up. Listen, in case y'all didn't know, I'm actually a census taker this year for the 2020 census. Now, on today, I got a chance to work in El Reno and in Okarche. They sent me up there to some areas, y'all. They know I'm tough. Now, I come up there with this walker. Look at that. Oh, hold on. Get to the right side. Y'all know I'm learning about technology, but I don't play around. Let me tell you something. Most of what I'm hearing out here is folks don't want to be counted. I'm just going to be really transparent. I don't want to mince words. A lot of y'all are afraid of what's the bottom line. Somebody said to me, multiple people actually, but somebody recently said in addition, do you feel like the government may be trying to count us? Let me tell you something, honey. When you file your taxes, they count you. When you get your stimulus payment, they count you. Honey, when you do a Google search, have you ever Googled anything and looked on your Facebook news feed and all of a sudden what you was looking up is showing? Baby, they already tracking you. So for any of y'all feeling a little worried, because, oh, I don't want to be tracked, honey, they already tracking everything anyway. Your social media handles, all of that. So why don't you go ahead and at least help out the community, help out your children, the schools they go to, help out the elderly in your family, honey, the nursing homes. The roads you complain about that take forever to get fixed, honey, we got to get that budget up. Y'all got to understand that low numbers mean low budget. High numbers means a high budget, not a made up budget, the real budget. You can't say that you're a responsible citizen. Now listen, a lot of y'all like to talk about I'm grown, honey, not if you're not filling out your census. No, you're not. Oh, listen. Now hold on. The second best thing to the census, somebody put up on their tip, Mother Mable Lean on Cash App, $Kingschild247. So here's what I want you to do. If it's on your heart, go to that Cash App and bless me and fill out your census while you're doing it. You can multitask. So I'm going to get ready to get out of here, but please, please, please fill out your census, double the numbers up, triple them up, honey. Stop thinking it's going to be connected with your food stamp case. It's not connected with your previous record. It's not connected with anything, honey. We're not immigration, any of that. And I'm not trying to be funny, but this is what I'm dealing with when I go to these doors. And some of y'all could stand to be a little bit more nicer, honey. Some of y'all could stand to be a little bit more nicer. Now, did y'all hear what I said? I was out, honey, in the RV camps with Confederate flags hanging up, and I'm not trying to offend nobody, but I'm being honest. On today for the Census Bureau, we are sacrificing to go in unknown foreign lands, honey, to get these numbers up. So the least you can do when a census taker knocks on your door, honey, don't give him no hard time, because you don't know what road we had to travel to get to you just to make sure that our budget, you understand, not my budget, not his budget, not her budget, not their budget, honey, but our budget. Are y'all with me? Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back over to who the next person is, because I know we're already a few minutes over, but let me tell y'all something. We talking all the time about what we want to do to help to advance the system. I will caution you, young folk. I got a few years on this, so you should listen to me. You ought to take some time to learn, honey, what's going to help. Let's turn that music off. That might be a little too grown for some of y'all. We're not going to play Juicy. Some of y'all will run out of the room. You won't understand it. But listen, we got to stop saying that we want to see a change and we won't be the change. If you want to be the change, please, please, please go to my 2020 census, MY, and I'm not being funny. Some of y'all may have rode the little bus, and that's okay. We're not making fun of you. I'm a comedian. Remember that, honey. We just, little bus people matter too. But my census 2020.gov. MY2020. There we go. Thank you, Jessica. That girl's on the ball. She put it on the screen. Go fill it out, y'all. Stop trying to hide talking about your counting. Surprise, you're already counted. That's right, baby. It is our budget. Come on, let's double it up one more time before I get out of here. Triple those numbers up. Now, I'm coming back on Sunday night. We're going to close this thing out again from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I better find out them numbers were doubled up and tripled up. Because here's what I'm doing. I'm going back to the live on Sunday, tonight and next Sunday. And if I look on there, find out you didn't fill your census, honey, I'm coming for you. Because look at Bashan Lachelle Brooks, Queen, all looking a glow on the screen, honey. All your faces are showing up. I'm going to find you. I'm going to get 3 switches and braid them up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'm going to introduce you. Get to filling it out. Come on, y'all. Hey, double up, y'all. Y'all ready? Hey, that's right, honey. Be the change you want to see. Hey, y'all can follow me at Mable Lean. That's MABELLEAN. Okay, that's my business page. I think they have my information on there. Follow me on there we go. Thank you, baby. LaTasha Featherstone as well. And you can also book me at MableLeanBooking@yahoo.com. But I tell you what, until this census job is done, that's my first priority. And it ought to be yours too. Hey, I sure appreciate y'all for having me on tonight.
Appreciate you for being on with us tonight. And we appreciate you for going into all those places unknown, roads untraveled. Some a little scary, I imagine, but to make sure everybody is counted. Mother Mable Lean said the other night, don't be hiding behind that door. She says she hears you.
Angela, I can hear them creaking. It'll be really quiet. Then the dog will start barking like they let him out to the door, you know. You just never know. It was drizzling and everything today, but I was happy to do it. I just enjoyed the little ride and I went out. Now, when I got to Oak Archer, you know, one of them looked a little like, well, I'm not going to go in that gate because, if you know, I'm going to just note it. For the most part, we got the job done. It's all about perspective and how you handle people. I will sometimes see that people are afraid and don't go back to this house, and I'll go back and they work with you. If we're kind to one another, we really can get the job done. Get off of your seat, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're bummed. And go fill it out.
Amen. 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 Thank you. Thank you, LaTasha. Thank you, Mother Mable Lean. We appreciate you very much. She is a true census taker for real, in real life. She's committed herself to making sure that the count in Oklahoma is where it ought to be. We could do our part. She's clearly doing above and beyond the call of duty. We appreciate you. We got some more gift cards to give out, guys. We're going to give out another one right now. As we prepare for the next part of our program, we've got a couple of people that we're going to bring up who are going to talk to you from their perspective as to why the census is important. We've heard it from Reverend Dickerson. We've heard it from Mother Mable Lean, and we want to hear it from a couple of other people who work in the trenches every day. And they see what happens when Oklahoma's fair share of dollars does not come back to us. So as we get ready to hear from the executive director of Oklahoma Industrialization Center, OIC of Oklahoma County, Mr. John Jones, and as we get ready to hear from the executive director of the Oklahoma County Housing Finance Authority, Mr. Ed McGee, we want you to get ready to hear our next winner. And I know some of you have told me that you've had a little trouble getting in the comment section. Jessica says, there's a first, there's a winner, Monica H. You are our next winner, Monica H. Stay on with us, winners, because we're going to give you the instructions that you need to get that winning card. There you are, Monica H. Congratulations, you are the next winner. Those of you who are having trouble with the chat, Jessica says maybe you need to refresh your connection or something. It's working fine. So I apologize to you that it may not be working for you, but we want to make sure you get in. That was Miss Shalon Anderson who told me. Shalon, thank you. I saw you scroll earlier, so try it again. We want to see you in the house. All righty. We want to hear from these two individuals. So we're going to bring up Mr. John Jones next. Dejon Peyton Jones is what it says. Dejon has been working with us. OIC is one of our partner organizations. She's working hard, has a bunch of folk joining her. Well, maybe a few folk joining her, working hard. Doesn't take a lot of people to make this effort work. Thank you, Dejon, being with us tonight. We're ready to hear from you. Bless you, my friend.
Great. Thank you so much, Angela. And thank you to everybody that's on the rally with us this evening. I just have to say that, oh my God, it's Jabee. I'm such a girl fan. And Mother Mable Lean is just always the business. You know, what I want to share with everybody this evening, there are so many numbers and things like that that are just going and flying back and forth. But I want to bring this down to the real for you for just a second. Let's say you were hosting a dinner party and you sent out invitations and you wanted people to, call and reserve their spot to let you know that they were coming. And so maybe 20 people reserved their spot and you knew to expect 20. Well, because we know how people are, we go ahead and we prepare for 25, even though 20 have said they were coming. Then it's the night of the big party. And lo and behold, 60 people show up to your party. Well, what's going to happen? You're going to run out of food. You're going to run out of wine. People are going to be giving you the stink eye because they're going to say this wasn't a good party at all, but you couldn't prepare for those you didn't know were coming. That's what this census is all about. That we suspect that the population in Oklahoma is 3.5 million. Right now, with census numbers, Oklahoma is hovering right around the 62-63% mark. So that means that there's almost 40% of our population that hasn't been counted. Now, that 40% can be as many as 1.2 million people. I want you to imagine that we lose $18,000 per person who goes uncounted. $18,000 times 1.2 million. That's the money we're leaving on the table. Now, you might think to yourself, well, I've already filled out my census, so I've done my part. What you've got to understand is that we really are, despite how everything might look with politics and all the rest of it, and to wear a mask or not wear a mask, we really are all in this thing together. And so if we don't get all that's coming to our state, then we're all going to suffer. Not just those who filled it out or those who didn't fill it out. You understand, it's going to be a smaller piece of pie for us to enjoy. I will tell you, the scripture says that my people perish for lack of vision. 10 years, $18,000 times more than 1 million people. Over a 10-year period, that's the money we're going to lose. We can't imagine where our great state is going to be 10 years from now. But I know that we're going to want to have the resources in order to continue to move things forward. OIC of Oklahoma County is a school for adult students. We help adults who need to get a high school diploma, who need to learn how to use a computer so they can get a better job, who need to figure out what kind of work they should be doing, so that they can be happy and blessed, just like Mother Mable Lean. But I'll tell you what, in adult education, if we don't have the funding to continue to help the people in Oklahoma who need us, then what will happen to them? I'm asking everybody, it's all of our responsibility. If you have already filled out your census and counted your family, if you've already talked to all of your friends and extended family, great. Then you are one of the boots on the ground. Now what I want you to do, like Reverend Dickerson said, talk to 10 people. I want you to send text messages to everybody in your contact list. I want you to post on your social media posts, messages, post a video, say, I filled out my census. When you're at the gas pump at 7-Eleven, I want you to talk to the person who's next to you and say, hey, it's a great day. You know how we do in Oklahoma. And say, hey, by the way, have you filled out your census? I want you to ask everybody you know, and not even just in Oklahoma. If you've got friends and family on the East Coast, ask them too. but encourage everyone to go to my2020census.gov. Now, I want to speak to the woke people for just a minute. You know, we have a lot of people who feel like, you know, they're woke and they're all about all of the issues of the day. I will tell you this: you can't be woke and not counted. You can't be woke and not voting. You can't be woke and not taking a stand for the things that matter to all of our communities. So get counted, not just for you, but for those people you know in your life who change their telephone number every 15 minutes, who move around at the drop of a hat. Talk to those people. And instead of just telling them to go to my2020census.gov, when you call them and you pull up my2020census.gov, ask them the questions and fill it out. But get counted. I am excited with OIC to be a part of this rally today because we are going to register the most people. I want you to know that $1,000 is ours and we're coming for it. So get somebody registered. Good to see everybody.
Thank you, Dejon Jones, OIC of Oklahoma County. Okay, so she's thrown the challenge out there to you organizations. She said they're going to win that $1,000 first place prize. We're going to see if those links are going to get you, those deltas or those AKAs or those sigmas or those, I don't know, alphas, all of them, thick descriptions.
Tell them I take their hands off my money.
The challenge is out there. Do a good job because we got some second and third place prizes we want to give out too. God bless you, Dejon. Thank you for your hard work. I want to give a shout out to the links because they're still struggling trying to get through that comment part. They are on with us. They're listening. They're watching. We got to figure it out. That's right, Artemis. That's my older brother. Just do it. We want to make sure that those links get acknowledged. Dejon sent the challenge to you. They're working hard too. I know they are. So we just encouraging all these organizations. We're going to get another name of that up here for another gift card as we are waiting for Eddie McGee to come on in the studio. And as soon as Eddie finishes, Jessica, we're going to throw another name out there. We're going to stay on board with Jabee. Guys, this is our good friend, Mr. Ed McGee. I call him Eddie McGee. I'm sorry. Ed McGee, who has worked forever. No, just a short time because he's a very young man in housing. And I'm glad you joined us tonight. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Ed, to share with us a little about how important the census is to housing. And we know the importance of affordable housing in Oklahoma. So talk to us just a moment. I appreciate your presence and bless you for all that you do and have done in the Oklahoma area. Mr. Ed McGee.
Thank you, Angela. You're welcome to call me Eddie. I think the first census you and I worked on together was 1980, not to attract any attention to our ages, but I've known you a long time, and I appreciate all the hard work you have done for this state and this county and this community. I really want to reiterate everything that all the previous speakers have spoken to, which is absolutely critical that we get an accurate census count for the state of Oklahoma and all of its various political subdivisions, cities, states, and counties. One of the most important aspects of our daily lives, it affects every one of us, is housing. We all have to live somewhere. So the federal government has an enormous bureaucracy known as the Housing and Urban Development Department, more commonly known to all of us as HUD. And HUD takes tax money from all individuals that pay federal income taxes. They use formulas based on census counts and quality of housing and type of housing in communities. And then they redistribute those tax dollars back to communities based on formulas that they have created over the years, which allocate assistance for housing to communities. And absolutely what everybody keeps saying is fair share, and is absolutely dead on correct. We can end up giving the federal government a lot more, in terms of hundreds of millions of dollars more than we get back if we don't get a good and accurate census count. And these housing programs run the gamut of everything, including critical assistance like rental assistance, Section 8, home buying assistance through what are known as tax credits, revenue bonds through what is known as private activity bonds, which are, kind of gets into the weeds, but every aspect of what we do in housing in local government is dependent upon accurate census counts, so that the formulaic responses the federal government creates and uses to send money back to communities is accurate, and that we do get our fair share. And as everybody keeps pointing out, every person that doesn't get counted is an actual loss in income. And it has a tremendous impact on the programs that all the agencies that have been mentioned are able to provide, including all the housing agencies in Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma, city of Oklahoma City, community action agencies, Oklahoma City, City County Housing Authority, the state of Oklahoma Housing Agency, our organization, the Oklahoma County Home Finance Authority. It just, every one of them is impacted by the federal reimbursement, basically, of federal dollars we send to them to begin with. So what this is about is getting back the money that we sent to them to begin with. And the only way we can do that in terms of getting a fair share is to make sure we're all counted, and to make sure that those numbers get into the Census Bureau reports that then are distributed to all the federal agencies, which then use those numbers to create all the formulas they use to distribute money back to states and communities. So I agree with everybody. I don't have quite the enthusiasm of the evening that some of you do, but that's okay. And Angela, I hope I didn't age us both by mentioning 1980, but I have known you a long time, and I know you do good work, and I really appreciate the opportunity to have been on tonight for this census party, and look forward to everybody helping us get the count done, and done correctly and done accurately. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend Eddie McGee. And you didn't age me. You know, I was only 12 in 1980, right? No, we understand, because we both worked it. We both been there, and we've seen the results with them when we have an undercount and the lack of resources available for
absolutely.
families. So thank you so much for being with us tonight, Eddie McGee.
I'd like to give a shout out to Alva Boyd. I've known Alva almost as long as I've known you. And I really like what she's done and what she continues to do.
Alva's on that board of Oklahoma City Housing Authority. So she too understands Section 8, public housing dollars, all of those things that the federal government looks at to fund. They use that census count. So we got to get that count
Absolutely.
up. Thank you, Eddie.
We're
going to get ready for our next award winner. Hey, links are in the house. Thank you, Colette. You made it. Thank you very much. The links are working hard. They've got a big event. They had a big event today down in Norman, counting folk, getting folk registered to vote. National Voter Registration Day. If you are not registered to vote, get registered. If you have not filled out your census, fill it out. Work within your organization to make sure others. Jessica, we're up for another $50 gift certificate. We're looking for a winner. We're going to bring Jabee up. Once Jabee finishes, if my count is right, we have another one or two $50 gift certificates to give out. After Jabee will come back, give those final gift certificates out, and a few closing remarks. There's the next winner, Shelly Hutchison. You are the winner of the next $50 gift certificate. We appreciate you for being with us tonight, Shelly. JB's in the house somewhere. He's in the studio somewhere. We're going to wait for him. There he's coming back up. Hey, JB, you got a fan club out there, man. I did not. You must be cute and famous. But, okay, it's true. You are. JB, thank you again for what you've done. The floor is yours for your next performance.
All right. Man, shout out to Miss Mable Lean, yo. Like I'm definitely a fan of hers too, and her having my that limited edition vinyl with meant a lot just to see. Like I never know who orders stuff, so to be able to see like someone actually had it, it just means a lot. And definitely going to continue to put things out, and I just appreciate all the love and support everybody's been giving me for this new album. So thank you. It's been great to hear all of the census information. You know, I could jump on and reiterate all these important points everyone's been making, but I think that, you know, I think that we get it, and I think that, you know, what we need to do now is just get out and continue to share the information, continue to put people on to what they need to know, what they need to do. And I think I was one of those families where, we didn't want to give our information out when they came to our door, you know what I mean, for whatever reason. But the my understanding of it now is a whole lot different as an adult. So, I definitely want to take advantage and get the opportunity for our city, for the same things that other places have, and get out of those old ways of not participating, and those old ways of not voting and thinking my vote doesn't count, so yeah, I'm just happy that to see people on the same page, on the same path, and really I feel like there's power in all of this, and I'm just excited to be a part of it, and I'm excited to be able to be one of the people who gets to share in this moment. So with that being said, I'm gonna do another song. I was really like trying to decide what song to do. So I'm gonna just do another song for my new album, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's do this one. Hold on. All right. The cops said, put your hands in the air. The pastor's praying, put your hands in the air. Bank robber walks in, hands in the air. I love the image of Happy Buddha with his hands in the air. Hands up, they killed Isaiah. I was there to pick it for him. We all died one day, the cops had to pick his form. 12 wanna talk, I told them pick a forum. I can't pick it for him. My girl saying pick reform. These false prophets living with false doctrines. I ain't have a plot to piss, we was pissed poor but rich. See, I only talk it how I live it. How's it bragging if I did it? You really can't see me, that's the hell that you live in. Like jail with every written verse, bar, and sentence. I don't try to be, I'm different. Everything you miss, I hope you find it soon. Your life feeling dense, trying to find the room. I get it probably, thought it was gonna be friendly, but money makes the world spin, people feeling dizzy. The cop said, put your hands in the air. The pastor's praying, put your hands in the air. Bank robber walks in, hands in the air. Love the image of Happy Buddha with his hands in the air, hands up. Who's talking crazy now? It's 45 degrees. I'm rapping like it's 80 out. I've been about peace before I brought the Mercedes out. I tell my lanes before they lay me out. Table for 13 to get the king killed. Da Vinci's Last Supper make the Lord seem real, but I keep it real. That's even if it kills me. Y'all, this for Saul. I saw it all and I'm revealing when it all looks appealing. Peel back facades really look like Paul. Had some close calls, never had to call the law. Cause once you make that call, then you can't call it off. Don't call me your friend if you're not calling me at all. Or you walking in that situation with me. Say a prayer, hope the situation lifts me. Or that I make it home in one piece. I feel like Terrence Crutcher when I seen the police. Cause cops saying put your hands in the air. The pastor's praying, put your hands in the air. Bank robber walks in, hands in the air. I love the image of Happy Buddha with his hands in the air, hands up.
I know you can't hear it, but everybody on this virtual pep rally is saying yes.
Cool, I'm glad.
Listen to the words. You're a great writer. You're a great rapper. and you're a great community activist. Thank you for being the kind of role model that our kids see and understand they can relate to. And baby, you're making a difference in our community. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Guys, get JB's new album. It's scrolling on his website and every Facebook page and all are scrolling. So make sure that you listen to him. And it's something that your kids can hear. 11-year-old was on. Somebody said my 11-year-old's listening with me. So thank you for being the kind of artist that our kids can listen to. We appreciate you very much. Thank you, JB. Thank you all. So we're getting to the end of the program. Jessica, how many more gift cards do we have to give out? It's time to give that last one or two. I can't keep count. We're going to do that as Jessica's pulling those names. I'm going to encourage all of the organizations that are part of this coalition to get out, start working. We have only a week to make sure we get that count doubled and quadrupled and whatever we need to do to make sure every single Oklahoman is counted. We'll talk to you more. We'll send you some information about how you know to count the people that you communicate with. We've got some opportunities for you to go live with us on the weekend. We've got census people out who are willing to come work with you at your events. So next winner, Lanny Emerson. Lanny Emerson. So we're going to ask that all of you guys that are winners of the card, Jessica will tell you what to do, or she's feeding something back to you. I'm not really sure, but we need some email addresses. We can send you those gift cards electronically. Obviously, you know how to do electronics and all this technology stuff because you're on with us, but we can also send to you a hard card if you want something to hold into your hand. So I think that's the fifth one, Jessica. If that's not the fifth person, please message us on the Together Oklahoma page, Jessica says, and send to us an email address and we'll get it to you electronically. That's the fastest way. If it's easier for you to get a card through the mail, let us know that as well. We'll need a street address and mailing address for you. So guys, that brings us to the close. We're pretty much right on time. I just want to say thank you again to each of you who've signed on, who joined us tonight. I say thank you because you didn't have to spend this hour or so with us. I encourage you to really go to work, to do something. This is serious business. These are serious times. There's so much at stake. And the least we can do is register to vote and vote, to fill out our census. The next thing is to make sure someone else who either lives in our household, who we know does the same, register to vote and then vote, to make sure those census forms are completed. So I just appreciate all of you again. Jessica from behind the scenes, thank you. My friend Eddie McGee, Dejan Jones, Reverend Cherie Dickerson, to JB, to Mama Mable Lean, Mother Mable Lean. Thank you guys all so much for making tonight a great success. Bless you all out there in video land. I don't know what to call it. I love you all dearly. God bless you. And I'll see you. The struggle continues. We live another day to fight for right and tell the truth. Bless you all. Thank you for joining us tonight. Black Lives Matter.
And be counted. Get counted.
Get counted. OIC matters. Housing matters. JB's words. Listen to him. He's telling the truth, speaking the truth. Get counted. Register to vote. Take some power. The power belongs to the people. But if we do not use it, we are a powerless people. Use that power. We've been granted. God bless you all. Thank you for tonight.
Bye. Get up the count.